welcome, willkommen to my sweet, dear, magical friends to another reading with me, Natalie, spelled N-A-T-A-L-E-E. If someone has sent you this video, they believe there's something valuable for you to gain through one or a few of the messages contained herein. If this is your first time viewing a tarot reading, just observe your own body, thoughts, and emotions for any reactions, subtle or strong. This means you are resonating with the message and can benefit from its guidance. If you'd like to know when I upload or live stream new messages on this YouTube channel, go ahead and subscribe to the handle Watch Natalie and toggle the notification bell. If you'd like to connect on social media, you can follow me over on the TikTok. It's the same handle, Watch Natalie. Please block and report any other accounts. Lastly, always remember that time spirals. All of my messages are timeless, and that you can learn more about me, my psychic work, how to retain my services, book your reading with me, or learn how to do your own forecasting down below in the description box. I hold 3 classes a month, psychic classes, tarot reading classes, and body language intuition strategy classes. They're all over on the Patreon. Without further ado, let's open up your message. Ichabod. Thank you, Ichabod. Okay. I did get this rush of joy and innovation in your premeditation download, so I feel like you're probably going to be coming up with a great idea or a solution to an ongoing problem or situation. That's all I got in your premeditation. Giga-happiness! You guys got the Giga-happiness! That's hilarious. This came through like, okay, so clearly my nails are blue. Giga-happiness came through sometime around, I want to say, maybe the end of June. Giga-happiness came, but it came through with a lot of gigas, like giga this and giga that. So this is one of the gigas, Giga-happiness. So, okay, that's kind of perfectly on point with what I just channeled in your premeditation. Okay, Giga-happiness. And I think that did come up, that phrase, in one of the readings I did. I don't know if that was on Patreon, if that was here on YouTube, that Giga-happiness, like that big, happy... When something comes through multiple times, there's more message to it, or there's more to unpack. Okay, let's take a look. Tell me about this Giga-happiness for my people. We're at a new location, new angle. Okay, you have 3 cards to start. We have the webcam did dearly depart, so we're doing this like old school. 10 of Pentacles, Temperance, and the 4 of Pentacles. Okay. So right off the bat, we see that you or someone in this situation is very concerned with stability, keeping the status quo, and keeping their expectations for themselves or their lives at a very predictable spot. So I feel like this is someone that maybe just works a little bit to get ahead, establish some new stability, works a little bit more, gets ahead, that becomes a new stability. So definitely earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising does not have to be. This could also be the nature of the situation. So you are working on the marriage and you are discovering that your family or that your partner has updated needs. They have new needs, they're growing, and you're trying to accommodate these needs. You're trying to meet them where they are. So it's part of like a natural evolution of perhaps a relationship, but this is more likely a business or something a little bit more material. So if you are building your business, starting a business, scaling a business, or making changes to an existing business, maybe you inherited a business, maybe you purchased one, and you know, it's like the Radio Shack thing. Maybe you just took something that was old and decaying and you decided to weave your magic into it, and that could be something that you're trying to do in a very measured approach, in a very measured, equal, balanced. It's like a balanced expansion. Could be also concerned with your legacy, what you're going to leave behind, but also how people are going to know you and remember you. Let me adjust myself here in our new spot. Hopefully you guys are okay with the door, the random door behind me. Anything else? Ooh, okay, so we've got the Hermit, and there's a popper down here, so we've got the Hermit and the Page of Cups. Okay, so this Page of Cups and the Hermit. This is kind of spiritual with this Hermit now coming out. Temperance was already spiritual. The Hermit is adding a large dose of spirituality. I'm going to hold off on that until we open that up a little bit more and get a little bit more context. Let's get one more row. Tell me about this. So it's part of your Giga-happiness story. I'm telling you, in your premeditation, it was sort of this rush. It was this surprise. It was something that, it sort of just comes out of nowhere. It catches us off guard. So this could be how the happiness just like overwhelms you and overtakes you, where it just surprises you. It catches you by surprise. Even if things are going well, or even if there's some things that are going well, some things are not going so well, this moment could catch you off guard, and it could come through in a very private moment, in the morning having tea, or in the evening having tea, like the chocolate chai. Email Ashley, link in the description below. And that's the moment that it hits you, though. This could also be for some of you, if you are artistic, creative inspiration. You're so excited that you come up with this amazing idea, or the thing that takes you out of some kind of, maybe you were blocked, or maybe you just, like we started, maybe you're solving some problem or issue, and trying to bring balance to the situation. The solution comes in, but surprisingly, and it's through happiness, through a positive, uplifting feeling, and then likely through alone time. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to take the one that was in my hand. Actually, well, there's two face down. We'll take those two too. So we have the Queen of Wands. Just really quick, I want to see what's on the bottom of the deck. We have the Two of Cups, the Hierophant, and Justice. So this all right here could totally be someone getting married, making a commitment in any kind of partnership, some kind of commitment, a promise, a contract, a business partnership, marriage, of course. You might be trying to balance out some of the duties, responsibilities, expectations. All right, what are these other two cards? Queen of Wands and the Fool and the Knight of Swords, everybody. Dang. What? That is quite unexpected. That... I'm excited for you. I'm very excited for you. This looks like a wonderful, fantastic adventure. Things are in flux. You might be fearing that you're losing some semblance of stability because things are changing. But that's what evolution is looking like, and that's what it feels like, is that everything's changing and everything's changing. While everything's changing, it is so important for you to get your alone time, or to meditate, or to, for some of you, this might be consulting with some kind of, this could even just be like a best friend or an advisor, or any kind of like spiritual person that you would go to for the feedback, or even just like a therapist or someone, a counselor, that kind of type of a person. But you guys know, first and foremost, go inside. Go within your own meditation chamber, your own inner private mind sanctuary, and mind those answers first. Because those kinds of people are only supposed to help you getting your downloads and developing your connection to, why did I do that? To source. Subliminal messaging. I think I am so in love with this Queen of Wands. I don't know who this is. This is definitely somebody else in the situation. Maybe not directly involved. Maybe not one of the two people. Or maybe one of the two people. It depends. This is a very vivacious, attention-grabbing, spicy... I don't know how to embody that energy, but it's like this is my Scarlet O'Hara card. This is someone that's very like in the mix of things, and they're very enthusiastic. They really participate. They're competitive. They are, and like I said, they're enthusiastic. They have a lot of energy. They have a lot of energy, very passionate people, driven by their passions. Hardworking people. I love the Queen of Wands. This is my middle class queen who started at the very bottom and then she gets to the top. owns her own kingdom. This person's got moxie, you know, brave, they're courageous. They will trust themselves and take a chance. They take a chance on themselves because they believe in themselves. They try. They try and they don't fear failure. They try and they don't fear embarrassment. They try and they don't fear being wrong. They just know they have to follow their heart and they just have to follow their passion. They have to follow what's exciting them or what's making them curious or what's just attracting them, making them very lusty. Whatever is just like lighting that fire, that's what they chase, and that's how they ground that magical energy down into the physical, is through their passion and through their work ethic and through whatever it is they happen to be creating. This could be a very creative person. This could be a dancer too. This is like, I'm getting something with like movement, and it's either a dancer or traveling. I'm getting like someone that's either like a dancer and they're like moving and they're spinning around a lot, and there's going to be travel coming up for this person, and their whole environment is going to be changing either a lot, like they're going to be traveling a lot, or they might just have to travel quickly with very short notice. Let's start opening this up. Happy Capricorn full moon, everybody. How's everybody doing? Okay. Let's see. Tell me about this Four of Pentacles, the Temperance, and the Ten of Pentacles. This is like slow. Okay, this is the Temperance is my slow cooker crock pot card, where you throw it all in together and you just you forget about it. You let it get nice and hot for like hours. You come back and then now it's a meal. This is something that has been happening, is happening, and will continue to happen. This is a long-term thing. You're not really meant to like have the whole thing cooked in front of you right now. So it might not look like anything's happening, or it might not feel like anything's happening, but it is. Or it might feel like it's happening very slowly, or you could have been waiting a very long time to just make these next efforts, to take these next steps. Right away. And it's the Page of Swords. This is interesting. This is like someone that's been watching you working for so long, watching you go on, you know, thousands of interviews or auditions or submissions, or getting denied from all the different colleges and schools, like all the rejection letters, like someone's been watching this whole process, like this entire crock pot, slow cooker time. The Page of Swords is my super secret Scorpio spy card, so I just wonder, someone's been watching you. Okay, maybe we'll dig into that. We'll see where this goes. Maybe we'll open that up more. I mean, that's just for you to know, not for me to know. What's this Page of Cups in the Hermit, please? Thank you. One card. It is the King of Swords. Damn. If this is you, you are formidable. If this is a friend or an advisor of some sort, you have an incredible person helping you with your life and getting it all, framed up in context. Let's say this is you though. This is you getting a great idea. This is you figuring out the solution to a problem. This is you seeing something in a dynamic that you had not previously seen before. This is you, literally, it's like a sea above us. And instead of like the lines of motion that you might see as depicted in an artistic rendering of the sea to show motion and waves, those are all like the frequency bands, the vibratory frequencies. So if all those little vibratory frequencies, if they just look like a bunch of little strings like of waves in water, then you can see fish that are like ideas, and or whatever it could be, there are sea creatures. But when you're getting ideas, it's like they just stopped in front of you and you just go, or just lands into your brain and lands into your head. Actually, that's kind of funny. That's exactly how I feel when I get an idea that I'm really excited about, or that I really love, or that I'm really super passionate about. It's kind of like one of those rare moments of like true happiness. Because I think, you know how we say love a lot, like we overuse that word, like I love, well, I really do love donuts, but I mean, you know, like, oh, I love paper bags over plastic bags, or I love when this happens, or I love when you know, we all overuse that word. So happy is kind of like another big word that might put the bar super high to feel that. But that's another thing about letting the world tell you how you're going to feel versus how you are going to generate the feeling and project that out from your internal reality into your external reality. So what I'm picking up is sort of a little bit of both, because on one side, you're happy because you're getting this answer, you're getting this realization, something's finally clicking about, maybe someone said something to you 2 years ago that didn't make any sense to you, and it ended a relationship, or it started a relationship, and then now like it makes sense to you. Or when you figure out the ending of a movie and it changes your life view, or you get the solution to something you're working on and you're like, oh my God, finally. Or a project was stalled, but it finally gets to move forward because you got the idea that's going to move the process forward. That is like a breakthrough moment that I feel like in one moment at the same time is something that you create and experience at the same time. It's like the alpha and omega. Giga happiness. That's what it is. It's going to be that moment for you where you get it, or someone else gets it, or something's conveyed to you. One little message. There's one little message, or something very innocent, or someone that says something very innocently that could even pop it off. Like it could even trigger your good idea, or your feeling of happiness, or your aha moment, or your epiphany, and it could make all the difference in the world. So always stay open, keep your eyes open, be paying attention, always be soaking in life moment to moment, because every moment is a new moment. I think that's easy for me to say because I was born on a new moon. I want to see where this goes, like how it has anything to do with this Queen of Wands, because this is a very extroverted energy, and what I've been talking about is that very introverted energy. So that's what I mean when someone has, if I talk about someone that has a very rich internal world, or a rich internal, expansive internal world, where all the expansion is inside, and it's not that they're this extroverted, they play all the sports and do all of the classes and go to all the parties, and they're in all the careers, and they're like, I know it sounds like freaking gibberish, but you know what I'm trying to convey to you. So, you know, that's more like this person's like really a mover and a shaker and very into things. And this introverted energy, I feel like, is more you, or whoever it is that's the one getting the idea or the plan coming together, or this is like happiness though. This is not just like strategy or achieving a goal. This is something much deeper than that. It's giga happiness. This is something you cannot buy, you cannot rush, you cannot manipulate, it's authentic. Let's take a look at this Queen of, and I have to take it because it's at the bottom of the deck. So that Queen of Wands is really all schmoozed up with this King of Swords. So now these two are talking, that super introverty type person, and this might not be who they are permanently. This is who they are in this, how they're coming to this situation, and how this is playing out right now. So you have this one person that's super heady, super the mind vice, and then you have this other person that's extremely extroverted. They're very vivacious. Maybe they're like I'm saying, I'm getting like a dancer, or someone that maybe like the peacock feathers. I'm seeing peacock, but someone that might be like, for some reason, just kind of like showy, or not showy like that's like a judgment, just someone that is, we'll just say like visible, but someone that enjoys their like Scarlett O'Hara with all her dresses. Like this is just like maybe someone that's kind of just got their own vibe, like their own style. Like maybe they wear like distinctive, you know, framed glasses. Maybe they're like a very like unique frame style, and maybe they stopped making that frame style in the 1910s and they have that frame of the glasses and they have some kind of like wild decoration, something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just, they have some kind of distinctiveness visually about them. They're getting along really great. This is very much like opposites attract. You know what? This is like opposites attract. I kind of like that for these two, and I'm not getting romantic or anything. There is some kind of agreement coming up. So if this is, I like this for business partners because one has a very clear and strong strength, and it's very, very concentrated. But there's deficiency in other areas. And this other person, the extroverted person, has the same concentration of strength, but a different strength. That's not this person's strength. So they both have very strong energies that are maybe their specialty or their expertise, or just something they have like a knack for it. Maybe they're just really good at this. And the other one has a different valuable asset. These two might be coming together. It might be this masculine person. When I say masculine, they're showing up as like very mentally dominant, a masculine dominant woman or a masculine dominant man. Someone who's very, very heady, very alive in their mind, very comfortable with their solitude. And I'm even getting masculine, I'm getting double masculine energy. So I really feel like it starts with the Page of Cups. And that is originating from this, it could be an air sign, Libra, Aquarius, Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, doesn't have to be. I feel like the idea comes through a person and then they communicate that, or they just send a small message, or there's like a small, meaningful, heartfelt initiation, and then someone just runs with it. Is with this Queen of Wands is what I'm getting, you know, like they have like one little piece of the puzzle, or maybe there's just like the idea person and then there's like the action person that like does the thing that does the idea or something. Like this Queen of Wands would be the, maybe like the manufacturer or something, and then the, you know, the King of Swords would be, they would be more the not so physically intensive, laborious part. Okay, so those two are getting together. Looks like they are going to be the ones soon or right now working out some kind of agreement or deal. If this is married spouses, then there's definitely a communication that has to happen that needs to bring you two together to level out where things just might have gotten, you know, naturally out of balance, should be naturally put back into balance. I want to break this down one by one. Let's take a look at the Queen of Wands first. Ooh, oh, another double. A lot of doubles since the Sagittarius full moon last month. We have Justice. I like this a lot. This looks like the Queen of Wands, the more extroverted, vivacious person or personality in this, is actually going to be the lead driver of equality and justice and equanimity and fairness and, you know, everything maybe even being codified or being ritualized or having some kind of ceremony, or, you know, they're going to be the ones sort of like very much in favor of making something very official and going about it in a very like stand up, dignified, you know, protocol, according to protocol kind of way. What's this Knight of Swords? There could be a surprise coming to this Queen of Wands too. It's going to be this King of Swords. It's going to be that very heady person that says something sort of surprising to this, or starts something off with this, you know, Queen of Wands. 3 cards. You have the Knight of Wands and the Star. And And you have another one face down. It is the Eight of Wands. Wow. So you have all of the speed cards all showing up at the same time. So you have the Knight of Wands and the Knight of Swords, the two fastest knights in the deck. Then you even have the Eight of Wands. This is incredible. This is something like once it starts, you can't stop it. It feels like that roller coastery, you know, you're stuck, can't go anywhere. It feels kind of like that, like the speed. Again, remember that dizziness I was getting? Something is happening really fast. Like they're traveling on no notice, or they have to go somewhere immediately. They have to, get communications, sending and receiving them. Like, it looks very exciting. It looks like this Queen of Wands having a great time, being very uplifted and feeling very spiritual and satisfied and happy. And there's something, funny enough, there's something very healing about this for this person. This could be kind communication. These could be words of affirmation and happiness and, just really, really sweet, kind, uplifting energy. So like if you are traveling, for instance, if you're the Queen of Wands and you're traveling, you would be very inspired by your travels. You'd be very, on the plane, you'd be looking out the window and being very like just dreamy about whatever it is that you're seeing, even if it's just clouds. So it looks, and that might be part of how this person just is, this Queen of Wands. I mean, maybe they just do live life moment to moment. Maybe they just really do that. Okay, let's take a look at the Fool. This is the most exciting card to clarify. This is a new start, a new beginning in a relationship that's existing with this heady person, or it could be just getting off the ground. It could be starting to change if you've been dating or just getting to know someone and you're deciding on what to build on this connection, on this foundation of a bond, an affinity, trust, likability with this person. Like, okay, well, that's been established. Now let's make something of it. Let's do something with that. Or it's a new start for a new partnership, brand spanking new. What's this Fool energy? What's this new beginning? This looks like you're diving into something very just new to you, totally new, never done it before, never been to this place before. I'm only taking the one that came face up. There's like a whole slew that came face down, and it is the Six of Pentacles. This feels so nice because throughout this entire reading, since the very beginning with the Temperance energy, it's been about balance. So it could have just, whatever's been taking so long for you to come into balance, it's taken so long for a reason. It's taken that long to make things equal and fair. So like if, for instance, you've been working a manifestation and you want, and you put that into it, that you want something mutually beneficial, something where I'm treated as an equal, where there's equality, where I'm given a fair chance at something, where, whatever it happens to be. It took that long because it wasn't a fair shake for you before. It took so long because now you do get a fresh start and it's a fair, fresh chance for you. And it's something that you've earned and that you've deserved, and it's going to help you so much with this stability, with this balance, either internal balance, but could also be physical. Maybe you are changing homes, changing jobs, changing careers, entering into, adding another beneficial partnership to your life, or upgrading, leveling up a great mutually beneficial partnership in your life already. In any case, freaking go with it because it's making you super happy, and that's the point. That's what I was picking up for you. So let's hold off on the guidance. These cards covered up this page of swords, and so I'm just looking at his little stockings and his little shoes, and it's just making me so suspicious. So I just want to my attention is brought back there, so I'm just going to open this up a little bit more. What is that Page of Swords? Right away. And it's the Fool. Guys. What? This is like, you're telling me this the whole entire time that it's taken for this balance to enter your life, someone's been watching you this entire time, watching you. This is so weird. I feel like that could open up a whole other reading, exploring that, because the struggle that you've been through, taking a really long time, it's like taking 2 steps forward, 1.5 steps back. This whole time there's been someone watching all of that. It's weird. I don't know why that's coming through for you, but it's weird. They've been seeing that, and they're also going to see some magic happen. They're going to see you, I don't know if this is like you relocating, starting all over in a new town, getting married, getting this partnership, or whatever this is for you. I feel like this person has known. This is so freaky. This is giving me major 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 vibes. Like this is someone, okay, so you would be like Howard Rourke, and that Page of Swords would be 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, and Howard Rourke, you're just trying to get your building made your way. That's your goal. That's what you want. You want to make your buildings, you want to make them your way. That's what you want. That's it. Simple. And you try to do that, and everybody laughs you out of the room. Everybody shuts you out. Life is hard. You have to take crummy quarry jobs, but every so often, one person is looking exactly for your creative channeling because they want buildings the way that you make them. And that's what keeps you going. That's what feeds your spirit. But the whole time, 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 is a major writer in a major newspaper and has been seeing the little flutterings of news about you and whatever you're doing in your corner of the world, making these strange looking gas stations and these buildings, these one-off buildings. I think it's like 4 or 5 that he makes. And just like that story, your 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘, and I don't know if this is like negative or positive yet. I don't like this. This is like surveillance, like someone is surveilling you and what you're trying to do with your life, and they see it not working, but I guess it doesn't matter anymore because now they're going to see that you just I was seeing this a lot in like the end of last year, the Fool card. Like it's just like they just might watch you win the jackpot or something, or they just might watch you, I don't know, maybe you blow up on, maybe there's like a new app that comes out and you blow up on that app or something, or you didn't tell anyone that you were dating anyone and you just come out married up all of a sudden. You know, there's just something that's going to shock. I don't know why this is so weird, but you may know who this 𝚤𝚘𝚘𝚘𝚘 is for you, or this person that's been watching you. If it's someone supportive, I think they'd be a lot closer to you. The Page of Swords is someone not close to you. They're spying on you. This is surveillance. This is infiltration. This is gathering intel. So I don't really feel like this is like a kind influence. At the same time, I'm also getting that you're going to win. So it's coming up that they're going to see your Giga-happiness. In some of your cases, if this is positive, they're actually seeing this on your behalf and they've been waiting for a moment to help you. They've been watching and waiting for a moment to help make something fair and equal for you. Ooh, that's weird. Now I want to take a look at this Page of Cups. Let's go for it. This location is wonderful and amazing because of all of the light. So the videos will probably be changing depending on like whenever I happen to record because of the lighting. But I have the trees and I have the birds and I have the light. Okay, tell me about the Page of Cups. Remember, this is the Page of Cups that came out with the Hermit clarified by the King of Swords. This is that message or something that just gets started, or it's just this one little thing that just starts the snowball rolling. What's the Page of Cups? Thank you. One card. And it's the Nine of Wands. Touching on the thing we were just talking about. It's interesting. There might be some, not defensiveness, but sort of just like Pride and Prejudice moment to get beyond or to get through. I'm getting like this Mark Darcy and then like this Lizzie Bennett sort of energy. It doesn't have to be romantic, but I'm just getting or like Scarlett O'Hara, meeting someone new for the first time. It's going to be a lot of energy. So it's like there's this could even be testing the waters. Like, are we really going to get along? Or are you really who you say you are? Or are you really sincere? Or, it could be a little bit like that. Or this could be something private that this King of Swords is going to communicate to the Queen of Wands, and it's going to be this barrier melting instead. And this could be what starts a bond between these two people if this is new, where this is an introvert. They wouldn't normally put themselves out there and talk to anybody and not just connect to anyone out floating around. And then there's this very extroverted Queen of Wands who has a lot coming up for themselves, but they're connecting somehow. And I feel like if this is a new connection, that it starts off very strong. It starts off with some kind of help or assistance or belief. Like it starts up, like you might start talking about something very serious very quickly. And I'm not talking about making plans for the future. I'm not talking about, we're gonna get married someday, or we're gonna have 10 kids or no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about things that really tell you who they are when they talk about what they believe, their actions, what they've done, their behaviors. If they talk about anything self-reflectively, like they're looking back on themselves, like everything. All of that. Something serious, some kind of something. And it could be about a movie. You could both be talking about a movie, but the way they talk about this movie is going to tell you everything. Okay, so I don't know if I told you guys this, but I'm incorporating strategy into my body language and intuition study class that I do so my classes are always the last 3 Thursdays of the month. Today, the 14th, as I'm recording this, will be Tarot Talk. Thursday, the 21st of July, will be Body Language, Intuition, and Strategy. And then the 28th shall be Practical Magic. So I'm augmenting that middle class, the Emperor and Empress's tier special class, Body Language, Intuition Study. And that's the mechanics of intuition, like the physical correspondence to intuition. And Strategy. One is a giveaway for all. So whatever you're talking to this person about, the King of Swords, whatever you're talking about, they're telling you who they are. And they're giving away their entire mentality, their entire strategy. I'll tell you guys more about that next Thursday, about the strategy part. So this is really interesting. Like, I like that so it's whatever this is, it's captivated the mental curiosity of the King of Swords, and it's captured the imagination or the passion or the interest of the Queen of Wands. it's got to be spicy to get this person's interest. You know, they got to be interested. They got to be like, you know, so it's got to be something they've never done. Definitely something they've never done before. So you're an expert in something they're not an expert in. So that's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating. All right, now I feel comfortable, because if I don't stay until the message gets out, I will physically feel uncomfortable. And I can't, it doesn't shake, like I can't shake it, like I have to stay here until the message gets out. Bottom of the deck, you have the hummingbird. Release what you've been carrying and lighten up. New joy is on the way, called your Giga-happiness. I don't know why I keep doing this. I know it's in reverse, I guess, in case anyone wants to unreverse it. And then the popper you have is the crow. Universal laws and truths are now being revealed. Use this energy to create your reality. So, paying attention to the universal laws, the cosmic laws, that's what you have to abide by and act on and act by. That's what you're going to use to create your reality. Create. Keyword on the create. I feel like you're going to be creating your reality from a place of happiness, giga-happiness, inspiration, peace, love, and comradeship. So report back and let us know how this goes. My dearies, I will check in on your energies next time. Until then, my loves, many, many, many beautiful blessings upon all of your beautiful heads, darlings.